Hey everyone, it's Sophia here from Zen Guidance. I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for clicking on this pick a card reading today. So in this video, we're going to be looking at your next 48 hours. So this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're drawn to this video is when it's meant for you. So it'll be, once the video has finished, it'll be the following 48 hours from then onwards. So all I need you to do is choose one of these three piles. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So take as long as you need to make your choice. Feel free to pause the video here, get nice and relaxed, and once you're ready, you can go to the timestamps which are just in the description box below. Okay, so let's get into your reading. Click your timestamp and I'll see you there. Okay, group number 1. Let's take a look at your next 24 hours. 48 hours. Let's start with your oracle cards first, actually. Yeah, okay. Your next 48 hours. What's going to be happening for you, group 1? What's going to be happening for ya? The Happy Family card in reverse. Oh, hold on, they're all trying to fly out here. Hold on. I've got the Victory card there, also reverse. What's going to happen in the next 20... Why do I keep saying 24? 48 hours. Probably because I'm used to doing the 24 ones. What's happening in the next 48 hours for you? Adjacent possibilities. And a Magician in the Mirror. Okay. So you may be seeing family over the next 48 hours. But there's something that doesn't feel good about it in some way. Like you may feel like you're not going to be victorious in something. Like you're not going to succeed in something. Now maybe there's some level of family disharmony. But then you feel like you get pulled into it. Like I just see something about being stuck in the middle here. Like so you may feel like you get stuck in the middle of some kind of argument or disagreement. But yeah, it feels like something... Like it doesn't feel good for you. It feels somewhat stressful. And then I see you feeling like you need to make some kind of a decision, some kind of a choice, because the adjacent possibilities, like you're seeing that there's more than one option here. Now this could be about the way in which you handle the disagreement or the disharmony. Okay, you may feel like you have, we always have options for how we choose to respond to things, how we choose to respond to a conflict. We have the choice. Whether we're going to lose our head, whether we're going to remain cool, calm and collected. And I'm not saying either one is better than the other. Each situation is sometimes cause for a different reaction. But I see that you feeling like there's either two different reactions you could have, or again, there's two different possibilities of how something could go. But then the Magician in the Mirror card in reverse, I actually want to read the description to this card from the booklet. So let's take a look and see, because I feel like there's a special message in there for you, group 1. Okay. The Magician in the Mirror reversed is a warning that you may be missing a great opportunity. The time is right, but you're not taking advantage of the creative energy of this cycle. You do have the power to transform things for yourself, to create something new, whether a home, business, family, or life direction. You may be resistant to or even disbelieving of the unlimited power you possess, but it's time to wake up. The misinformation and perceived limitations that linger, from the past can no longer sustain you. Your life is the mirror that reflects your inner energy, yet you have the ability to change what you see. You must fully open up to the complete truth of your eternal wisdom, talents and abilities, and take the risk of believing in yourself. Now is the time to dig deep. Find the confidence and courage within you to make the most of this opportune cycle. You have all the resources you need, and the unlimited force of the universe is at your disposal. It's the waiting for you to recognize and initiate the phenomenal powers that are eternally yours. Okay, and then the affirmation here is, I have all the power I need to create the destiny I desire. My magic happens when I live in my consciousness and my eternal truth. Feel free to repeat that one. I would over these next 20, why do I keep saying 24 hours? Maybe the 24 hours is going to be more impactful than the whole 48 for you. Maybe that's why I keep saying it. But I mean, a lot can change. It only takes 1 second for something to actually change, doesn't it? You know, so changes can happen in the blink of an eye. But it feels like, yeah, maybe you won't feel like, you know, it's one of those moments where you, like, say you have a disagreement with somebody or an argument or whatever it might be. And then you come away from it later and you're like, oh, I wish I'd said this, or I should have said this, that and the other. And you have that sort of sense of regret that you didn't say what you wish you could have said. You know, that's kind of what I'm picking up here. So, yeah, but again, you have the foresight now. You have this prior knowledge. So you may be able to change this because, of course, you have free will ultimately. So the fact that you're even seeing this reading could end up causing a shift, you know, because you may go through this situation and decide, yeah, you don't want to miss out on saying something you'll regret later on. Or again, in the flip reverse, like not saying something that you will regret as well. Okay, that could be what this is also about. But let's see what else is coming through here. These next 48 hours, what's going to be happening for you? And if you're still here, then you're in a strong place, because I know this hasn't felt very positive so far. So the fact that you're willing to take the rough with the smooth shows you're very real. Okay, so group 1, what's going to be happening over the next 48 hours? 9 of Wands. Knight of Wands. 3 of Swords. 8 of Wands. Page of Cups. Funny. Now, I say funny because every single one of these cards has come through reversed until this one. Okay? Every single one, which is quite unusual. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's something about giving up. The same with the Victory card. There's a sense of failure or giving up or like throwing in the towel here. Now, you may be dealing with, this could be a divine masculine, could be a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be. But their energy is very selfish. Okay, I feel it's self-absorbed. They're not considering other people's feelings, yours, or potentially others. And I feel like that's going to be very apparent these next 48 hours. Like how they can behave this way. And maybe this frustrates you, the way that maybe they get away with it with other people and that frustrates you. But the 3 of Swords reverse is about releasing some kind of heartbreak. This can be about getting closure on something. So you may feel like in some way things have been lifted, but also, this could be the avoidance. You could avoid ending up being in pain here. Yeah, the way things are going to transpire. So even though I know it's felt a little bit haphazard up until this point, but I do feel there's a positive turnaround here for you. So again, well done for sticking around. You know, the fact that you're willing to hear the negative, you're going to be rewarded with the positive. Okay, because yeah, there's something here where I feel like you're going to feel vindicated in a way, like maybe like, oh, I was right. I knew I was right about that person or that situation. And you feel like, yeah, you've had a near miss or something. 8 of Wands is like, yeah, I'm actually seeing that as like a near miss, even though the card itself is meaning slowing down in the reverse position. But yeah, I'm seeing that kind of near miss, missing an opportunity, but it being good. It's good that you missed some level of an opportunity here as well. So, it's a lot coming through. Now, the Page of Cups, this is the one that really stands out, doesn't it? Because it's upright. Okay, now this is very, very young energy. So this could be a child. Okay, if you have a child, it could be a child that's coming into the picture here. But this could also be somebody that is just very, very young in their energy, whether this is their, chronological age or more so their maturity levels. Okay, but it's definitely a very young, new energy. But also, as you can see, it's a Cups card. So this is an emotional sense, an emotional connection with this person, or this person is going to offer you something emotional. Okay, it's water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So that could be the person that's coming in. Okay, but it feels like they're coming in like they're testing the waters with you. But they may, because this might be they change their approach. Like, so maybe they've come in sort of all hot and heavy before, or I don't know, too vigorously, but it hasn't worked with you or some way. So they change their tactic. Okay, they decide to be a little bit sweeter, a little bit kinder, a little bit more sort of, like friendly, or checking in on you. How are you? How are you feeling? What's going on with you? That kind of thing, where it's less selfish and more focused on you and your needs. Now, whether that's a means to an end, the Magician in the Mirror can sometimes represent a player, a game-playing energy as well. So could be, if you know who this person is, especially. But it could also be that this is a truce as well with this family. If there is that potential argument, disagreement going on, this could also be that this is the truce coming through. Okay, let's brush this under the rug, but let's draw a line under it. Let's draw a line under it. Let's leave it. Let's move on. Okay, so I do feel you're going to end the next 48 hours in a much more positive place than where you may feel like you're beginning, or how the first sort of 24 hours may go. I'm just getting the fishbowl messages here for you as well, just to get some more clarity. But yeah, I do feel like you're going to come out on top here by the end of this. You're going to feel like, yes, I was right, or like I said, I was vindicated, or the person that was maybe mean to you or something, they come in and apologize. This could be a form of an apology even. Okay, so yeah, the wrongs will be righted for you, I feel. So next 48 hours. Okay, we have Reflector. No entry. Dead end. Interesting. Fix and take control of what you can. Diving instructor. Welcome this ending. The next 48 hours. Okay, what do we have? 6th house and travel. Okay, travel. So yeah, in a more sort of literal sense, maybe you are going on a trip somewhere. Maybe you are traveling somewhere. But then it's interesting, look, because we've got dead end and no entry. So this could also be about, you feel like you have to give up your trip somewhere. If you had planned a trip to go somewhere. So maybe, that you reach a dead end. Maybe you take the wrong transport, or if you're in the UK, you may be going through a train strike. I just had that earlier. I booked a train and now they're saying it's striking on that day. So I'm like, great. How am I going to get home? So this could be a similar situation to you, that you're feeling like, something is blocking you from either reaching your final destination, or from maybe even coming home. Maybe you're trying to get home and you feel like, you're struggling to get there in some way. But here, fix and take control of what you can. Okay, so this isn't coming through as advice because this is predictions. This is what's going to happen, okay? You can take it as advice always. It's a good piece of advice, isn't it? Focus on what is within your power to control and not what is without. But I feel like this is just the mentality you're going to have over the next 48 hours. So you're going to handle this all very well. Whatever adversity or struggle that you go through, you're going to handle it with dignity, with grace, and with calm, I feel. And I feel like you're not going to get too down about it, because again, you'll be in that sense of, look, this isn't within my power. It's either not my fault, or, there's nothing I could have done differently to change it, or, it's just life. It is what it is. Okay. And I see you feeling that way, that, there's just nothing else that we can really do here. So let's just move on and welcome this ending. So it's almost like you're going to embrace whatever this ending is. Okay, like you're going to be in this good place where you're like, you know what, this is meant to be. I take what is and I leave the rest. So now we have the 6th house, which is Virgo's house. It's the house of health. It's the house of small pets, the house of work. So I don't know whether this could be a work trip. It could be a trip in relation to your health. And again, it could be in relation to pets or small animals of some kind. Okay, what else? I mean, these just may be areas you're going to be focused on as well over the next 48 hours. It may not have direct correlation to the travels, but maybe say you're on a train and maybe, you sit next to a small dog, like on the train or something, or a cat. Yeah, or maybe you find one on your travels or something. Now, the diving instructor, I'm seeing the sea there. I know that's very obvious, diving, we're diving into the sea, but I don't usually get that with that card, because usually, I mean, I pick up more of an emotional thing, like, so it could be in that relation, like diving deep into further emotion, but I mean, it could be a very literal as well. Like, you could actually be going diving, like scuba diving or something, or some kind of snorkeling, or like, I just see you burying your head in it and trying to find something, trying to dig and find something, just like discover something here. So yeah, it could even be like diving deep into a book or something, or into a particular subject, or, you know, into a situation. It just feels like, oh yeah, maybe you feel like you're in too deep at points. Okay. But then we have the reflector card there. So I do feel in that respect, you will be taking time to reflect on the situation. And that may be why as well you feel like you handle the situation very well, because you don't react too quickly. Like, you give yourself a deep breath, or you give yourself a moment to consider your options, consider why this has happened, and just give yourself a time to accept. Because that's the thing, once we realize that we can't change something, we have to come to that place of acceptance, which can sometimes be a hard place to get to, especially if you had your heart set on something. But with reflector as well, it's also, in human design terms, it's, you know, somebody that has all open centers. You know, they're the rarest type reflectors. And they're like the canary bird that they used to take down into the mines. The canary would be like the environmental detector. You know, if the canary got ill, they knew that there was something wrong and they had to get everybody out of the mines. So, you know, I feel like in that respect, you're going to feel very sensitive. So you might be picking up on a lot going on environmentally. But it's like you might even preemptively feel like something's going to happen. Like, you might just pick up on it, like something about this energy seems off, something about this environment seems off, something doesn't feel right. It's like you pick up on it, and then something happens that reaffirms that for you, where you're like, wow, yeah, I was right. I need to continue listening to my gut instinct. So I do feel you're actually going to improve within your own intuition as well these next 48 hours. So yeah, you are cramming a lot in, it seems, Group 1. Definitely. So there it is. I really do hope that this resonates with you. But of course, it's a prediction reading, so it may make no sense yet. But if or when it does, I would love it if you would come back and let us know how it resonates without, you know, giving too, well, no, not about giving too much away. Do say whatever you like. I was thinking this was a yes or no reading just then, but it doesn't matter. You can say what you want. Either way, I really do hope that you've enjoyed this reading. And if you have, please do give the video a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because it really does help my channel to grow and for me to continue making these videos for you guys. So there it is. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take good care. Okay, group number 2. Let's take a look at your next 48 hours and what's going to be happening for you. I'm just going to look at the oracle first. Okay, next 48 hours, what's going to be happening for you, group 2? Okay, doors of personal healing and happiness. What's going to be happening? Okay, third chakra, the yin and yang card. What's going to be happening over these next 48 hours? Rest and rejuvenate, reversed. And interesting, on the bottom of the deck as well, we've got the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. And I'm interested because we've got all the colours of blue and yellow coming through here. So those are standing out really, really brightly. So you may be wearing those colours over the next couple of days. Maybe you're going to be connected with people that wear those colours. Perhaps like a sports team, you know, there might be a sports team that wears those colours, that either maybe you're going to see a match, or maybe like you're traveling somewhere and you see lots of people in those two colours. They're just jumping out very brightly here. So just see. Of course, this is a prediction reading, so it may not make sense yet. Let's wait until the 48 hours is up and then just reflect and say, yeah, there was a yellow and blue. Anyway, so there is some level of mental stress coming through here. Okay, so there's something I feel like is going to stress you out a little bit. Now, it may be because somebody is being very quiet with you, because we've got the yin-yang energy, which in the upright is the yin, which is the divine feminine, which is all about being receptive and introspective, you know, not taking any outward action. So I don't know, but this might also be you. You might decide not to take either a lot of action in general, or you might decide to not take action towards a certain person or situation. Okay, there's something about being withdrawn. But I do feel it's also going to lead to a sense of confidence within you. So I don't know whether ignoring or withdrawing from a situation brings you more confidence. It's interesting. Interesting how that could play out. But, you know, that's what the solar plexus chakra is all about. It's your ego. The fact that it's upright, though, is a good thing. It shows your ego being in good balance, your confidence being in good balance. You know, you're not arrogant, overconfident. You're not insecure and underconfident. Just these next 48 hours. I'm not talking just broadly or generally, but yeah, it feels like you're in a fairly good place in that respect. But then, so it's like there's the confidence, but then there's, again, the stress and something that doesn't feel quite right. The door to personal healing and happiness reversed. So now it may be, So you not feeling good about yourself in some way, something that doesn't feel right. So this could be a physical issue, like a physical health issue that leads you to make a change, or, you know, I mean, it could be anything. Obviously, healing can relate to physically, emotionally, mentally, right? Spiritually as well. So it may be that you feel like, so yeah, something needs to heal, and it may be that you need to take some time out. You need to take some time to rest, and that's the way in which you are going to heal. Okay, but because there's a block there. There's a block there, but I feel like this is going to lead you into something new. Okay, let's get some more information though. Okay, your next 48 hours, group number 2. What's coming through? Your next 48 hours. What's going to be happening for you? Sorry if you can hear my stomach grumbling there. Okay, we've got the Aquarius card. The 8 of Cups, reversed. What's going to be happening over your next 48 hours, group 2? The Knight of Swords. Ace of Wands. Oh, the Justice card at the end. And then the 8 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. There's something moving very quickly here, that's for sure. Now, I don't know whether this is someone, I'm just having a sip of my coffee, someone that's moving quickly, either towards you or away from you. Or you may be moving closer towards them or away from them. I don't know, we'll see, we'll get more clarity as we continue, because I'm going to pull some fishbowl messages in a minute as well. Also, the number 22 is standing out here. So you may be seeing the number 2 or 22 in synchronicity these next 48 hours. But the Star card here, again, it's like that same card, actually. It's like the same card as like lack of healing. Now, this could also be a lack of hope. Okay, like you have a lack of hope, a lack of faith that something's going to work out. Maybe even there's a lack of hope, like you'll get over something. Because the 8 of Cups reverse is still being emotionally connected to the past in some way. So this could be like not being over a situation or not being over a person. Okay, so it feels like, I don't know, like you may lose hope, but then you still feel bogged down by it emotionally. This is just taking some weird twists and turns though, because again, even though you may feel that sense of being drawn back, you still feel very confident in yourself. So, because usually those feelings can sometimes lead to then feelings of insecurity, but yeah, it seems like you're still standing very strong in your own, knowing your direction, knowing how you feel even. But then look, we've got this Knight of Swords here reversed. This could be an air sign person, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Could be a divine masculine, doesn't have to be. But this person is very erratic with their communication. So they may reach out to you, but then they may disappear just as quickly. Okay, because the Ace of Wands reverse is like a cancellation, or, you know, like blowing the candle out, for instance. And right connected to the Knight of Swords, I don't know. Like you may notice somebody from the past tries to return. Now this may be that you just, you may ignore them, you know. You may be the one to ignore them, even if you don't feel like you're over them. Maybe they're also not over you. And you ignore them, and that then creates the balance and fairness here with this Justice card. Because, yeah, something yeah, I do feel like this is about a person, a relationship, not the whole reading. It's not going to be your whole 48 hours, obviously. But yeah, there's definitely a lot coming through about relationships, okay, with the Justice card. I mean, sometimes it can represent contracts, okay? So it could be about signing a new contract. For some of you may do. You may sign a new contract or something you feel like is going to go in your favor. Like by the end of the next 24 hours, 48 hours, you're going to feel like things have balanced out. Like you've got your karmic justice in some way when it comes to a situation. So yeah, again, this could be like somebody reaches out to you and then you reject them, and then that restores the karmic justice. For instance, if you had been the one to always chase them and they ignored you, you know, it may just be like a taste of their own medicine or something. Yeah, that's more so what it's feeling like to me. But just know the energies can reverse as well. Okay, so, you know, it could be the other way around and you're the one, you initiate something with them, but then they close off to you. And that could still create that karmic justice. Because, you know, I'm not being biased here. I love you guys so much who watch my videos, but I'm always trying to be fair and straight up, you know, looking at both sides of things. Okay, so yeah, but let's get some fishbowl. Let us get some fishbowl on this. What's coming through in your next 48 hours, please? Your next 48 hours. Purposelessness leads to addiction. Regrets. Your next 48 hours, what's going to happen for you? Use your hands. Out of the blue. Vet, animal care. I miss your face. Huh. Level up. Social media influencer, and then the final one. Oh, I'm planning on coming back to you. Ooh. Okay. This really does feel more so like this is somebody coming back towards you rather than you going back towards them. But like I said, reverse the energies if it makes more sense for you, okay? Because if you know, for instance, you've been planning on going back to somebody because you have regrets, then yeah, that would align, okay? But it feels, maybe for the majority of you watching, it feels like it's somebody else externally coming to you out of the blue. Like it's going to be like, and that makes sense for the Aquarius actually. Aquarius, it's always out of the blue, always shocking. Always when you don't expect it. If you've got any Aquarius friends or family members, you'll notice that. Like even like you won't hear from them for a long time and suddenly it'll be like, whoa, where did they come from? That's the nature of Aquarius. So yeah, I do feel like there is, yeah, predominantly for most of you, I feel like somebody's coming back because they do have regrets. They do have regrets and they miss your face. They miss your face. But yeah, you may decide to not go there. You may decide to level up. Okay? Yeah. That could be your way of leveling up. But again, you know, leveling up is very personal, isn't it? You may feel like being with them is leveling you up in some way. Okay? Especially if they apologize and they really do, they have made changes and they want to make changes. For whatever it is that they did that caused the regret, that is, you know? But then the addiction card as well. And the purposelessness. Yeah, so someone here is feeling restless, okay? I feel like it's them. I feel like, again, you may resonate with that energy too. You might be mirroring each other, but I'm definitely picking up as more of an external thing. Like, it may be that they feel like they have no purpose. They're struggling to find a purpose in their life, which leads them to feel addicted either to certain substances or to certain people, okay? Because they don't know where they're going. They don't know what they're meant to be doing in life, and they feel stagnant. They feel stuck. And so they may lean on other things to make them feel better, but it doesn't feel like it's healthy in some way. Now we've got social media influencer. Now it may just be the social media aspect of this that comes through. Like that may be the way in which they DM you. Maybe that is how they reach out. They DM you. Could be. It could be you are a social media influencer or they are, and that's just a pointer to let you know who it's going to be, or again how the communication is going to come through. But it may also be that like something triggered your person to reach out. Like maybe, you know, they saw an inspirational video through social media and it caused them to have a change of heart. Like it caused them to see things in a different way. Because again, sometimes, we can be so rigid in things, but it only takes a very slight deviation in perspective for us to do a complete U-turn of what we were thinking previously, Depends how open you are to changing your mind, of course. But yeah, I feel like this person that's coming in, there's something to do with social media that's bringing them in. But it may even be something you do that triggers them. Like, for instance, if you do follow each other or they know about your profile or whatever, like they see you post something and then that causes them to feel like they need to reach out to you. Could be you post something about animals as well, vet animal care. That could be a way in which they feel very connected to you through animals. Maybe you had pets together before, or maybe you have a pet together now. Or maybe, again, that's just a bonding thing for the two of you. Okay, but because this is your 48-hour reading, this could also be that, you may be going to the vet. If you've got a pet, you may need to take a pet to the vet. I hope not, but obviously, vets are there for a reason. And, I hope that your animal gets the care that they need if that is the case. But, you might also come across like an animal with an injured wing or something. Or you may just feel like you're more connected. Maybe you keep seeing the same bird. Like yesterday, this little robin, I was in my garden, and I was in my garden at different points of the day. And it's like I would step outside and the robin would fly right next to me. And then it's like it noticed me and then would fly off. But it's like it flew right towards me, landed right next to me and then flew off. But it did that 3 times in different areas of my garden at different points of the day. It was really, really odd. So you may notice something like that happening as well. Okay, and then use your hands. Use your hands. So this could be, many things. We use our hands for many things, don't we? It's giving me Gemini energy. Gemini rules the hands. So I don't know if you have specific Gemini on your chart, whether you're going to be connecting with Gemini energy these next 48 hours. But obviously there are things we do without our hands, but it just feels like your hands are going to be more active these next 48 hours. So maybe you have a particular talent that you use your hands for, or maybe this is a way in which you communicate. Again, especially Geminis, they sometimes will communicate a lot with their hands to demonstrate, what they're saying verbally. So it may be that using your hands these next 48 hours is going to be in some way more beneficial in terms of communication, that is. Or again, you're just going to be very, very busy using your hands for different things, different projects. Yeah. Lots coming through about that. But also I see something about healing. Like you have very healing hands, which is kind of a side note because it's not really about the 48 hours as such. But I just feel like you're being guided to know that. Maybe you don't know that. Maybe you do know that. You could work in Reiki or something like that. But I just feel like you have a lot of natural healing abilities through your hands that you... And again, you may not realize how powerful it is, even if you know you do. I just feel like you're being guided to know that you have an incredible amount of power through your hands. And yeah, I feel like things are going to kind of show you that over the next couple of days, how that's going to be demonstrated in a sense. So yeah, and then the last thing I will say as well is just I'm planning on coming back to you. So for some of you, you may not actually receive information. You may not receive an actual DM or something. Maybe you just receive like a like or a comment from this person or like, something like that. Or because they're planning on coming back. I just want to emphasize that. Because it's not I'm going to reach out or I am reaching out. It's I'm planning on coming back to you. So for some of you, I do feel they will reach out. For others of you, I feel like they're going to be in that phase of waiting. They're waiting and they're going to, but they're planning it out right now. Because it may be something, again, that occurs these next 48 hours is the catalyst to cause them to reach out. But it may just not be that it, triggers them to reach out straight away. It may take them a few days, a few weeks even, for them to actually go ahead and take that action in reaching out. So I just thought I needed to let you guys know that. And that's what I see. So there it is. Of course, please do come back and let me know if or when this resonates, because as you know, it's predictions, so it may not make a lot of sense now, but would love to know as and when it does make sense for you, or if and when. Okay, and feel free to give the video a like if you did enjoy it. I would very much appreciate your support. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is just below. Okay, I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take good care. Okay, group number 3. Let's take a look at your next 48 hours and what's going to be happening for you. So I'm just going to get the oracle here. I'm going to look at the oracle first, then the tarot, and then I will look at the fishbowl for you. Okay, so that was too many cards, right? The next 48 hours, what's going to be happening for you, group 3? The World in reverse. Daughter of Romance in reverse. Journey in reverse. What's with all the reversals today, eh? What's with all the reversals? Okay, Angel of Love. You had to do that at the end, didn't you? Okay. So there's a lot about going backwards here. The World card reversed, the Journey card reversed. Kind of similar to Group 1's reading in this respect. Because there's something about... I don't know if you've planned a trip, you're planning to go somewhere, and it's cancelled. Or this doesn't mean it's a cancellation necessarily. This could be that you're planning on going back to somewhere. So, yeah, if you're going on a trip, but maybe it's like to your hometown, or you're visiting somewhere you've been previously. This could also be what it's about. It doesn't have to be about physical movement, though. You know, it could feel like something in your life isn't moving forwards. Okay, now it could be about love. Okay, because the World card in reverse, it's like a cycle that's repeating. So you're going to feel like, yeah, some negative cycle is being repetitive here. That doesn't, yeah, I don't know. If this is in relation to love, you may feel like maybe you're in a connection, but somebody isn't very romantic. Like they don't show you their caring sides, their romantic sides, you know, their passionate side. And maybe that's something that's been going around in circles for you. Okay. Or maybe you're lacking that sense of romance in your life, that sense of passion. Now, and not just for romantic vibes as well. This could be about passion in terms of, you know, just your life, that, you know, the excitement that we have about life. You know, because I feel like we always need something to aim for, don't we? A goal or like an experience, something we can work towards, something we can look forwards to. Even though, of course, we should be present and focused on the present moment, being happy in the present moment. But I think just having something in the future just helps us, doesn't it? Helps us to, again, keep moving forwards in a way. Being happy with where things are, but knowing that there's something to progress to. Okay, so, you know, you may also be feeling like, you know, I'm ready for a loving partnership. But why am I getting dealt this hand or something? Where it just feels like, why is it going around in circles again? Why can't it be the way I need it to be? Now, the Angel of Love, I do actually want to read the description to this card for you guys. So... let's see if there's a special message in there for you. This beautiful angel comes with roses in her hair and rose-colored wings. She holds a rose quartz heart, radiating tender and loving vibrations, bringing you compassion and affection. If you're looking for new love, this angel brings a message of its upcoming approach. Or if you're longing for a deeper, more intimate connection with somebody already in your life, she's here to say that far greater tenderness is available to you. Either way, remember that your first intention for tenderness must be directed inward, and the compassion that you demonstrate towards yourself will influence the energetic potential of these events in a significant way. The Angel of Love is smiling on you and forging connections in the energetic realm. Oh, okay. Love that for you. Love the Angel of Love. So... yeah, this could be that there is a new person coming in for you on the horizon, okay, by the end of the next 24 hours, okay, or you're going to have like a glimmer of hope, like whether this is, like you maybe just meet somebody, or you see somebody at your, I don't know, your local grocery store or something that you go to regularly, and it's like, it just lights something up within you, and you're like, oh, I didn't realize I still felt this way. I'm glad it's still working, right? But also, again, as it said, like if you are already in a relationship, this could be demonstrating that it is going to deepen in level in terms of the intimacy and the care and maybe the romantic side. So, yeah, maybe you're with a partner and you've asked them to be romantic, or you've asked them to be more emotionally open and available to you, and maybe they have been, but then you feel like they've sort of regressed in some way. But then by the end of the next 48 hours, you'll feel like there's certainly progress, okay? But it may be that the regression was needed in order for you to gain the clarity and awareness to be able to move forward. So it could be a good thing in the end. It's dressed up as a bad thing at first, but we'll see. Your next 48 hours, group number 3, what's coming through that you need to know? 3 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. 9 of Wands. 9 of Emotions. 9 has come out multiple times, and that Ace of Swords just flew out as well, but I don't know which way around it was supposed to come out. I'm just going to grab one more. What's going to be happening your next 48 hours, please? 8 of Inspiration reversed. Not reversed, upright. You're going to feel like things are a little bit up and down here. I mean, to begin with, the 3 of Materials, this is about learning some kind of lesson. So maybe you feel like either you're learning a lesson or maybe you're having to teach somebody something. Yeah. So yeah, you're definitely either learning or teaching over these next 48 hours, or certainly you feel like you're having to in some way. But then I get this sense like you feel like things are going well, you're cooperating well, it's working, but then 7 of Wands is like giving up. So I don't know whether you feel like somebody has given up on you or you feel like you need to give up on a situation. But look, these are kind of opposing feelings here, because this is giving up. This is keeping going. So maybe you feel like giving up, but someone else wants to keep going. Or maybe they feel like giving up, but you want to keep going, okay? Or that you 1 minute feel like giving up, but then the next minute you feel like keeping on going. So obviously only time will truly tell with this reading. But yeah, it definitely feels like it's going to be quite up and down. I don't see anything being or feeling too consistent here in a way. Like it definitely feels like it's a little bit all over the place, okay, which may be a struggle. But then, because the 9 of Emotions, though, this is about feeling, when it's reversed, like, I don't know, like maybe you had a hope for someone or you hoped something would be a certain way, but then it just, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's going the way that you had either planned or wanted it to. And I feel like you're going to end up getting the truth in some way. Like you're going to feel more mentally clear about a situation that you weren't clear on previously. Okay. Yeah. So if you've been feeling confused lately, confused about a person or again, a situation in particular, I do feel you're going to, within the next 24 hours, why do I keep saying 24? 48 hours, you're going to feel like you have more clarity or more truth and understanding about something. Now, this may cause you to bolt. So just be aware of that. This may cause you to want to run away and not deal with the situation. This could also be somebody else that's running away. This is definitely, I would say, the most confusing of all of the 48-hour readings so far. Okay, this is definitely, I would say, the most confusing. So you yourself may feel the most confused as well. It's very up and down, back and forth. It's stop, start. It's on, off, on, off. So this could even be about, again, travel. Like I said in the beginning, if you have been traveling or wanting to go somewhere, maybe there's like a lot of toing and froing or cancellations, or maybe it's somebody else, or maybe you keep being indecisive about whether you should go, whether you should stay. It's so up and down. So I haven't done this with the other readings, but I just feel like we need a bit more clarity here, group 3. So I'm just going to ask how you will feel the next 48 hours go. Because that's sometimes the most important thing, isn't it? Like how you will feel. Because a lot of these things can be happening externally to you, okay? And I've definitely noticed that reading, even for myself over the time. Like I can ask, like, say how my week's going to go. And then, for instance, I could get the 5 of Cups, which shows a lot of pain. And then I'm like, oh no, I'm going to be in pain. But then it could be somebody else. I've noticed that it might be a family member or a friend that's in pain and I'm there to comfort them. So again, this is why I think it's sometimes important to ask that question, like how you will feel the next 48 hours go. Okay. So how will you feel the next 48 hours goes, group 3? How will you? Okay. 10 of Swords. That's not what we want, but okay. How will you feel the next 48 hours go? 2 of Wands. How will you feel the next 48 hours go? Knight of Voices. How are you going to feel the next 48 hours goes for you? The Sun card reversed and Two of Voices. Oh, I was really hoping for something different for you, but this is what it is. I have to be honest and straight to the point with you guys. But yeah, you're not going to feel very good about it, okay? 10 of Swords and the Sun card reverse is negativity and pain, okay? Oh, I hate this for you. I really do. Like, because you may even feel like you've been betrayed, okay? Or this could even be, a very, very low mental state. Feeling, the lowest of the low mentally. But some of you, this can actually be back pain as well. I know that's a bit random, but it just came to me, like shooting pains in your back, or even a leg, okay? I'm seeing that. Sorry, one sec. That was such a weird cough. It like came out of nowhere. Because a lot of coughs like will just like you're about to cough. Like it doesn't creep up on you. That just like came out of nowhere. So I don't know what that's about, but it kind of came up as I was talking about this. So I don't know. We'll see. Now the Two of Wands is about making a choice and making some kind of set decision here. So yeah, again, this could be you making this decision. You feel like you need to make a decision, or somebody else that's making a decision for you. Okay, but definitely you're going to be thinking and feeling that this decision needs to be made. Okay, because you're going to be feeling conflicted, that's for sure. Okay, you're not going to be feeling like it's all going through the easiest way. But like I said, there is some positivity at the end here. Like you will feel like there is a level of progression after the regression. So it may not be until after the 48 hours is up. You may then feel like you're on an upward spiral again. But these next 48 hours, it's going to feel a little tricky. I have to be straight with you guys. Now, Knight of Voices, this could be an air sign person you're dealing with, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Doesn't have to be, but it could also be a divine masculine. But they seem to be very forthcoming in talking to you. Okay, they seem to want to talk to you. I don't feel like they're running away from you. I feel like they want to talk to you, maybe explain themselves in some form. I don't know. Maybe they're the bringer of truth. Maybe they bring you certain information. I don't know. But let's see. The next 48 hours, what's going to be happening for you. We'll get that one in a minute. I know what that one says, though, because it's the biggest card in the whole fishbowl. It's fix and take control of what you can. So trust the process. I release you so I can find me. Goodness. Okay. Integrity. God, this feels pretty intense, doesn't it, Group 3? I mean, to be fair, most of these readings have been today. I don't know why. It's just the time of year. Manifesting generator. Try something new. Oh my God, don't force it. These are all making so much sense. Open emotions. Well, they're making sense to me in reference to the rest of the reading. I don't know if they're making sense to you yet, but like I said, obviously it's a prediction reading, so it may not make any sense yet. It may take the 48 hours in its entirety before it makes logical sense to you. Now we've got the manifesting generator card. So you could be a manifesting generator in the human design profile type. Okay, you don't have to be, it doesn't matter. But the energy of a manifesting generator is, there's a lot of energy with the generator side, feeling the need to do enough to feel satisfied. Like, for instance, like in a relationship, everyone's different, but some people need to feel like they've tried everything, every last-ditch attempt to make something work, to make the relationship work, okay, before they can feel like they can move on. Maybe this is even trying multiple times before they can feel like they can throw in the towel. And, that's the energy that I'm getting from this. So you may feel like that at points. Maybe you feel like you've tried hard enough, or, there's only, it's knocking the table, it's only so much you can do. But I mean, look, don't force it. I release you so I can find me. Fix and take control of what you can. So, yeah, these next 48 hours, like I said, it's not going to be the easiest. But, this isn't advice coming through. This is what's actually going to be happening. So I feel like you won't try to force something. And I feel like you will release something. Or even if you feel someone releases you. Yeah, like I feel like you're going to get to this place where you trust. You trust the process, and you're not going to try again to force things or try to change what is not within your power to change. And I feel like you're just going to allow things to evolve and transform. Okay. And I feel like this is you, holding your head up very high, because integrity is, doing the right thing even when nobody's looking. It's your sense of your own integrity. It's like, I don't know, if you're somewhere and you know that you could steal something and you could get away with it and no one would see you. Okay, yeah, you can get away with it. But inside, you'll know that you did. And this is not a judgment, by the way. This is merely just an example on my part. I don't care what you do in that respect. But again, it's about yourself. It's how you feel on the inside. Because if you don't feel good on the inside, and if you feel like you're not doing things that are in alignment with your character, with your values, with your own integrity, then that can then filter to the outside, and you'll start to have that reflected back to you, or you'll have people that reflect that energy back to you. Because again, you're not listening to your own sense of self and your own integrity in that way, like what feels right for you to do. Because also it's like, if you were to give advice to a friend that was in the exact same position you would give, in the same position that you are over these next 48 hours, that's also a really good way of really seeing what you should do or how to best move forwards. Because, if you would give a friend advice to do one thing, but you go another, then again, it's like you're not listening to your own sense of integrity. So, like I said, this is a prediction, so it's not about what you should or shouldn't do. This is what's going to happen. So, yeah, I do feel you're going to listen to yourself in that respect. Okay, and I feel like this is you wanting to try something new. Like, you realize you do need to release either someone or something. This could be a situation. It doesn't have to be a specific person, but this could even be a way of thinking or a way of behaving or a certain, if you're on online dating or something, this could be releasing that and just focusing on you for the moment. And it may be that energy that then attracts somebody new into your life, okay, as an example. But this is it, you are going to be trusting. You're going to be more trusting of what's taking place. And again, even if you feel like you have to release somebody or let them go, you're going to feel like it's the right thing for you. You're going to feel like it's right. Even if it doesn't feel good, that's the thing. Something can feel right, but not good. As we all know, things that can feel good can also be very wrong, But I feel here for you, group 3, that this is going to feel right. Like I said, even if it doesn't feel good, it's going to feel like it's the right thing to do for you. Not even for anybody else, but for your own sense of self-worth and integrity. Okay. And now the last card here, open emotions. So that can talk about, again, human design, like the open centers. You could have an open solar plexus, which is actually in human design terms, the emotional center. So it could be, if you do have that space that's white, if you are familiar with human design, then it could mean that you are open to the conditioning of everybody else, or people that have the defined emotional center, or, your environment. Okay. So you might be more susceptible to how other people are feeling. And so you may need to actually spend some time alone in this decision before you can come to that place where you know what feels right for you. Because if you're if you feel like you're a very sensitive person naturally, and you feel like you're taking in a lot from the outside world and environment, it's hard to again make that choice because you feel influenced by others. So yeah, this is maybe as well why you feel like you need to release someone or something, so you can focus just on you and how something feels for you rather than how something feels for someone else. So yeah, try something new. You're going to be trying something new. So this could be a new communication tactic with a specific person, and this could be a new passion project for you. This could be a new person that comes in, and it's, again, all shiny and new. And it may be that this is the catalyst to help you move on from whatever this situation is that has a hold over you. Okay. So there it is, group number 3. I really do hope that this resonates with you. Please do feel free to let me know in the comments if or when this does. Because like I said, it's prediction, so it may make no sense yet. You'd be like, what on earth are you talking about, Sophia from Zen Guidance? This makes no sense yet. please give it time. Give it 48 hours. And if you remember, please do come back to the video and let us all know if or how or when it makes sense for you. Would love to know. And if you would like to book a personalized custom reading with me, the link to my website is also below for you. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take good care, Group 3.